We now move into the Outstanding Large Business of the Year Award that recognizes a Livonia company with 50 or more employees that developed an exceptional business reputation while making extraordinary contributions to the Livonia community. This year, we honor Marygrove Awning, an operation that was started in Detroit in the 1930s, moved to Merriman Road in Livonia in the 1980s, and has been owned by Mike and Sue Fallahy for the past 25 years. The couple and their 2 grown sons and staff have grown the company into nearly a $20 million a year operation that serves markets in 4 states with their design, manufacturing, and installation of awnings and louvered roofs. Marygrove received a lot of phone calls from Metro Detroit restaurants last year when they needed awnings to expand their outdoor dining capabilities. Recognizing orders limited their business capacity, the Fallahys provided discounts, financing, and promotions for their restaurant customers. They leveraged their ad buys to give their restaurant customers interviews on WGR radio and bought the first round of hors d'oeuvres each week for customers who were featured the featured restaurant that week. This continued the company's long practice of good corporate citizenship as it has consistently supported charities, youth sports teams, and held blood drives. The Livonia Chamber of Commerce is honored to recognize Marygrove Awning with the 2021 Outstanding Large Business of the Year Award. Here to accept the award is the company's president, Mike Fallahy.
Thank you, Dan. My name is Mike Fallahy. Actually, it seemed like it was yesterday, but it was 25 years ago when we were running a small business in Livonia. It was up on 8 Mile Road. And we decided that we were going to venture into a little bit of a bigger operation. So I moved, or actually had a flight scheduled to Atlanta, Georgia, to see other venues, other companies that were representing larger types of industry, or like our retractable awnings. So I had a flight that I took to Atlanta, and as fate would have it, as the doors were closing, the owner of Marygrove Awning Company, which was a bigger operation than mine at the time, was coming down the aisle. And it's unbelievable, but on 175 seats, he was sitting next to me on the flight. I asked him as we got up in the air, I said, "Bill, how are you enjoying the business?" And in his words, he said, "The nuts are running the asylum. I just can't handle it." He said, "Are you at all interested in coming on board to manage my company, because I understand you're doing fairly well over on 8 Mile." And at that time I said, we had just started the business. We were interested in the entrepreneurship, so we were expanding, but I said to him that at any time, if he decided to sell his business, I'd be interested in talking about it. 45 minutes into the flight, because it's from here to Atlanta, it's only an hour and 20 minutes, he agreed to sell his business, and I agreed to buy it. Now, at the time, I was married. Sue and I had 2 young boys. We were a growing family, just making ends meet. Really didn't have much in the bank. So you can imagine how that phone call went when I got off the plane and said, "Honey, guess what I just did?" But it was the best decision that we made in our lives. What a change it made for all of us. I think we all agree, everybody that's in business, the most important element of any business is the employees. I think the most important thing to recognize is the need, that I recognized at the time, was the need to rebuild the business as it stood. It took several years, but we found the right people. There's a book that's written by Jim Collins calling Good to Great, and what he states in there is how important it is to find the right people and then to put the right people in the right position on the bus. I'm proud to say that honestly, over the course of time, that's exactly what we did. And what we did, this company stands today, was actually built by the employees, their integrity, and their extension, literally, of our family, and how we would do things to support each other in any cause. I got to brag a moment about the people who are working there, because a perfect example was a year ago when COVID had hit. It was just a time when the governor had actually put non-essentials, the people that were non-essentials, not able to come to work. So we were in a real quandary. My son actually took the time to reprogram one of our pieces of equipment. It was an automatic cutting machine. And he said to me, "Dad, come here, you got to see what I just did." He found a way to manufacture medical masks, the plastic masks, the medical masks, and face shields for the medical community. And he was able to cut out 150 medical masks in a matter of 3.5 minutes. And he did that all in designing the particular piece of equipment that we had. So he gathered all of his production staff together, and at the time, of course, we were non-essential, like I mentioned, and the governor mandated most of them to stay at home. Well, since he found a way to make these shields, he asked each one of his staff members who wants to come back to work. And without a single hesitation, every single one of them came back to work. And in 2 months, they manufactured over 4,000 face shields, the plastic face shields, and 7,000 masks, and donated them to the hospitals and first responders right here in the city of Livonia. In the meantime, the installation department decided, well, they want part of this action. So they cleared out the warehouse. We emptied it all completely out and made room for the Red Cross, because at that time, the Red Cross had no place to go for the donations because the churches were closed, the schools were closed. There was nothing that they could do. So I contacted the Red Cross and said, if you guys need help, if you guys need facility, we got 15,000 square foot of warehouse. You're welcome to use it. And they scheduled 2 blood drives, and it was very successful. These are the kind of people that really work for the company. Outstanding. And I can tell you that Sue and I are more than proud of what they've accomplished. Further, everyone at Marygrove has a great deal of respect for this city and everyone that works here. Several years ago, we opened up our doors for food and heat for a fire department while they were fighting a multi-fire in 20-degree weather, probably colder than that. But they were freezing. It was right across the street. We invited them in. They came in and had food and a little bit of warmth while they were fighting the fire. We saw firsthand at that time how these guys jeopardized everything that they had to save our lives, to save their lives. And to the police department that protect us and our facility every day, we appreciate more than you know. Marygrove has been a member of the Chamber of more than 25 years. And we appreciate all of the support we get from them, which helps us support the wonderful community we live in. I love driving through the streets of Livonia, honestly, and seeing my product in the businesses and in many of the homes, and I thank each of them and each of you for the support. I truly, and so does everybody in the business that we work in, love this community. So, to the city of Livonia, thank you for this award. To my family and extended family at Marygrove, I accept this award on behalf of all of them, and thank you for all you do. Thank you.